you all so much for being here. To be a part of tonight is amazing. Welcome. It's so cool to get to do a show not only with 4 women, but with 3 of my best friends. So thank you for being a part of tonight. Give yourselves a hand. I'm dressed up. I know this dress makes me look pregnant. I look pregnant, but, you know, dress for the job that you want. So, people always assume that I'm shallow because I'm really pretty. But no, I'm really not. I'm not shallow at all. Like, the guy I'm seeing right now isn't even good looking. I'm serious. No one's ever like, who's that? They're like, what happened? Is he ill? Should we call someone? I've never cared about that stuff, you know? And he's so rich that, it doesn't come up. I can't hear him with the bag. But, I've been thinking about getting some work done to him, and, I think I'm gonna do it. No, he's really cute. He looks like one of the guys from The Hills Have Eyes. So, yeah, it's great. No, the truth is, right now I'm going through a breakup. Well, he doesn't know yet. Technically, I'm just cheating on him, but it's weird. I just threw him a surprise party. Yeah, it wasn't his birthday, but I wanted like a really fun way to tell him he had HPV. So surprised, you guys, super surprised. See here, I have like OxyContin mouth. I just went to LA. Has anyone ever had their self-esteem lowered? Wow, that place will ruin your life. They're like, can you lose 30 pounds to play the fat friend? I was like, great. Thanks. You guys don't like cellulite on the face here? Everybody was hot there. The only guy who came close to hitting on me was this dude from Georgia. Like the inbred, not the country. And he walks up. He's wearing overalls and a sailor hat. But I'm like, who am I to judge, right? Like, maybe he's got a boat somewhere and it needs a painting. There's water here, right? But God, that place is weird. I got stung by a jellyfish my first day, or at least that's what the guy was peeing on me told me. I don't remember going in the water, but I'm not a doctor, so. Not a doctor. I pee in the ocean. Do you, gorgeous? Good girl. She's like, I do whatever I want in there. Good for you. Good for you. I do, I'll admit it. But I go in just ankle deep. Pretend like I'm a fountain. So I'm aging poorly. I'm 19. No, I'm in my late 20s, like as late as you can be in your 20s. And so I was talking to my friend, and I was like, I'm noticing lines, you know, on my face. And she's like, well, just stop using it so much. What you mean? She goes, well, look, this is how I laugh now. I'm like, are you sobbing right now? What's... I'd rather look like I'm dying than crazy. My great-grandma just died. She actually died in my arms because I was choking her. And, no, she was 1,000,000 years old. Like, it was crazy. She was still alive. Like, she looked like the Crypt Keeper, you know, and the turtle from Neverending Story, just, She'd get her hair done once a week, but she'd call it getting a blowjob. We're all like, wow, retirement's awesome. But we got to do something really special before her organs started failing one by one. Do you know the show Antiques Roadshow? You know, if you're a stoner, you know that show, right? How much is that lamp worth? She loved it. She loved it. So I got to bring her to a taping, you know, to see what I could get for her. And $50. They thought she was a gargoyle. Just really scary bitch. I get confused by the title of reality shows. You don't want to know what I thought Survivor was about if you're a Jew. It's a mixed bag. I'm a Jew. Are there any chosen? Yeah? Couple? Crazy for New York. I just went to our homeland. Have you ever been to Miami? Great place. Yeah, that place. Everybody was hot there too. And everybody's hot here. Well, you know, not like here. But no, that place. And they have these things in Miami. Have you seen them? The little Cuban people? If you blink, you'll miss them. I'm telling you, they're tiny. A teeny folk. But I met my first Cuban guy. Ladies, listen to this guy's name. Cesar. How hot is that, right? I was like, are you kidding me? And he's 3'11". I don't give a shit. I'm like, what, do we have to go to amusement parks? No. We'll join Netflix, something. I don't know. We'll figure it out. So cute. He's Cuban. And the way I met him, we were at the hotel restaurant, and I was just like trying to order breakfast, you know? The day I was having carbs, very rare. And I'm like, hi, can I have a corn muffin? You know, the waitress. She's like, oh, that guy just got the last one. We only have chocolate chip muffins left. So Cesar hears this, and he comes over and he's like, excuse me, you could take the corn muffin. I will have the chocolate chip. I'm like, how cute is this guy? But you know we're not allowed to trade with you fuckers, so what? Not up to me. Oh. People always think because I'm a white female that I don't deal with racism. And I don't, but I saw that movie Jungle Fever. I get it, you know. I love black and white movies. But no, I totally dealt with racism growing up. I grew up, I was like the only Jew in my town. The kids were so mean. They didn't call me Amy Schumer. They called me Amy Jumer. Thank you, ma'am. Wow. And one summer, I'll never forget, they all took turns throwing handfuls of pennies at me. I'm like, excuse me, this is awesome. Oh my God. It's like the well scene in Goonies. I was like, make it rain. Oh. Beginning of DuckTales, I was like, woohoo! It was good. But I'm cool with all races, all religions. Like, what are you? Korean, Puerto Rican. Oh, not my fave. Korean and Puerto Rican, and you're goddamn gorgeous. Why are all these like gorgeous mixed girls? You have to be two things to be amazing now. You look like the most beautiful alien I've ever seen in my life. I would love to finger you. Can you believe you can say finger on TV? Oh, thank you. It means the world. It means the world. No? You don't like it? Okay. No, but I really am all races, religions. Is why I love New York. Like, I was on the subway the other day, and there was this little old woman sitting next to me. You know when they get like really little and old? You know, like she looked like a raisin. I was like, oh, I want to put you in my cereal. Get in there. So cute. I mean, we all shrink. Like, my mom's shrinking. I'm like, why are you complaining? Osteoporosis is so cute on you. Look at that. I keep hiding the milk from her. I'm like, not till you're a figurine, bitch. But this woman, I mean, she was like in Downward Dog. I was like, why is your spine asking a question? Sometimes God gets it wrong. So out of nowhere, she asked me, she was like, have you heard the good news? So So I have no idea what she's talking about. I'm just like, no. Like, is the morning after pill over the counter again? Like, what's... You know, for a lot of us, that shit's plan A, right? So... I'm from Long Island. We don't really have a plan. I'm just like, what is this good news? You know, fill me in, Blanche. And she was like, no. She explained, like, she was inviting me to her church. Like, she was trying to save me. And I was like, oh, ma'am, I'm so sorry, but my people are Jewish. And she was like, well, that's okay. Your people just haven't found Jesus yet. And I'm like, no, like, we found him. Maybe you haven't heard the bad news. I want you to think about why you're clapping. I just went to Amsterdam. Has anyone ever made a mistake? Okay. Okay. Did you go to the red light district? You did. Did you get a prostitute? Yeah, you did. Good for you. I did too. But I just made her like tickle my arm and tell me I'm better than her. Money well spent. Because this breakup, I've been getting set up a lot. My new friend set me up with this guy, and she warned me. She was like, he's really cool, but he has Tourette's. So I was like, that's fine. In my head, I was like, ah! But we went out, and it was fine. It wasn't bad at all. You know, and I was feeling comfortable halfway through the date and entering a blackout. And so I'm like, Evan, what makes you tick? And didn't love it. No, but he was cool, and we wound up having sex. And there was like yelling of racial slurs and swinging and spitting, and he honestly didn't seem to mind, so. It's weird. It's just this time of year, I get seasonally slutty, and they're the sluts. I feel like some of you think I'm completely insane. I'm a good person, normal, natural. Like, I don't even bleach anything except my asshole. And no, I tie-dye it. I'm proud of I'm a good person. I was raised well. My mom teaches the deaf. And I volunteer every summer at the Special Olympics. Has anyone ever competed? Yeah. No, I love it. Because, like, the kids, they just think that it's like the Olympics, you know? So I have to explain to them, like, hey, you guys, it's not. And this past summer was impossible, because they're all like, then why does Michael Phelps look like us? And I'm like, ugh! Oh, cocaine is a hell of a drug. All right, back to me killing. No, this relationship I'm in is destined for, I'm telling you, it's so over. Like, he's like really religious, he's Catholic, you know, so he feels like really guilty right after sex. So I pretend like I feel guilty too. I'm like, oh, I feel really bad, maybe you should go home. I'm like, why do they think we want to be held all night? No, I like sleeping by myself, like a swastika. I'm just like, meow. He is all up on this. Oh, God. He's great. He's, like, very neat for a boy. You know, like, he always cleans up his mess right away, no matter where he gets it on me. And he's Hispanic, so he's like, now who's the wetback? I'm like, hey! Still you. Oh, get back in the kitchen. Those dishes aren't gonna do themselves. But this crowd is too attractive. I requested an ugly, ugly audience, especially the front row. Like, look at you, you're gorgeous. You guys together, how long? No, how long? Like, I want to hear their timeline. You're so cute. What's your name? Grayson? Okay. No, like, you're adorable. Like, I wouldn't even report you if you date raped me. Like, look at Grayson, right? Look at him. You guys can't see him, but even the guys would be excited. Well, I would report you, but just to, like, see you at the lineup. I'd be like, Grayson! Ah! It's me! Remember? Is that how you guys met, or... So that's a shame. Grayson, God. That's why they need Google in the delivery room, right? So when your mom was like, I'm gonna name him Grayson, Google shows up and says, did you mean Steve? You guys have been amazing. Thank you for coming.
Rachel Feinstein!
Thank you. It's good to be here. I've had sort of a weird week. I went on this sort of strange date recently. I went out with this guy, and he took off his coat, and he had, like, pronounced hips. Now, I don't care if a guy's, like, 20 or 30 pounds overweight, but don't be voluptuous. I think that's really all I ask, is just don't come to our date with a willowy, childbearing frame. I don't care if you're fat, but don't look knocked up. That's going to confuse me. I do have a hard time meeting guys. I'm on the road a lot, which is hard. I was just working in Vegas recently, and I was lying by the pool, and I saw this guy walk up from pretty far away. I could already tell he was a douche. He was one of those guys who are like, yeah, there's a douche. And my favorite type, just kind of like a young date-raping jock. You know those guys? Like, well, he looked like he just graduated from rape tech or some shit. Like his name was Chad, you know? And he walks up to me and he goes, he was sort of so drunk that he was kind of gently swaying, which I always find very arousing, just sort of a... That's when you stop as a woman and you go, he chose me, he chose me. He chose me. I'm worth it. And he walks up to me and he goes, I bet you don't know what Vegas is really about. I was like, no, but I think this prince over here is going to tell me. And he goes, it's actually about sex and money. Like I was going to be like, but I thought Vegas was about unconditional love and eating organic and caring for someone into the winter of their life. I thought Vegas was about loving someone so much that you just held them in a hospital bed and didn't care if they made it or not, just wanted to stay there. It was that kind of loyalty and trust, but now you mean to tell me that all this time... Now Vegas and money have been in cahoots with each other? Well, if what you say is true, I've got to tell the detectives and fast. Even my breasts are concerned. I'm scared something awful. And then he walks up to the next grouping of women. He was just disgusted with me. He didn't care for my sass because he just wanted to be inside of anything, right? And he was just like, ugh. And he walks up to the next group of women and he just looks at them and he goes, you ladies should come back to our room. We've got vodka up the ass. And I was like, see, that's what Vegas is about. It's about vodka up the ass. It's also a book about mindfulness by Deepak Chopra. Vodka up the ass and other morning meditations. I think my fear is, like, with men and meeting the right guy, I'm afraid I'm just going to get really tired after a series of failed relationships. And it'll be like in the movies, whenever the woman leaves the guy that beats her, she always ends up with some soft, bearded theater teacher. You know, he's not even really a man. Just some guy that whispers like a therapist all the time. Like he looks like he teaches like soft douche studies in horticulture at Hofstra or something. Yeah, that's my fear. Like, he won't even have a man's body. Like, it will just take off his shirt and there'll be like a calming smear that I'm forced to have sex with. The kind of guy that's name is Richard, but he won't be called Rich. Like, he actually just prefers the full name. Like, I just prefer Richard rather than Rick or Rich, if that's okay. Always just like the full name, Richard. Yeah. And he'll soothe me too much during sex. Like, I won't even be nervous, but I'll always be like, I just want you to feel safe, okay? Do you feel safe? Why don't we just stop and have some soup? Would you like that? Huh? Have some soup? Maybe have some soft carrots? I've always loved soft carrots. I don't even believe in erections. I'm a bit of a male feminist, and, I think they're pretty darn aggressive. So they are not gonna happen here, not on my watch. I'm just gonna fold it in half and put it in that way. Why would he fold it in half? I feel like Richard's idea of talking dirty would be like, I'm gonna give you some unconditional love, huh? Do you like that, you little slut, huh? I feel like we're not doing enough to protect our national parks. What do you think, you little whore, huh? How about I give it to you just a little bit harder, huh? You filthy little slut? Yeah. And then we'd have one of those weird kids with peanut allergies, you know, like... It wouldn't even be like a reasonable peanut allergy either. It'd be one of those kids that goes into toxic shock if he has a nut, you know, just like, really? Really? And he'd love me just a little more than I loved him. Like, you'd love him, you would, you know, but he'd love you just a little more, you know? Like, he would be one of those kids, like, you take him to a birthday party when he's like 10 and he's still holding onto your leg, and you're like, all right, just go play, Josh, just play. And he'd be like, I just prefer Joshua, if that's okay. I've just always like the full name Joshua. Why would I go play when I could go home with you and we could work on my ant farm instead? It's full of so much possibility. Let's go home and have charged discussions about that. The eye contact between the two of us feels fantastic right now. My mom just came up to visit me recently. My mom's really sassy. I don't know if anyone like has a parent like this, but my mom's got one of those crazy, sort of overly spiked mom do's. Her hair just keeps getting more and more aggressive every time I see her. Like, she looks insane. She looks a lot like Vanilla Ice at this point. Her hair looks like it was cut by computer. And she really wants to be black or ethnic somehow. Like, it's really embarrassing. She works with all these black women, so she makes them take like all these outdoor pictures with her, and it's just like, she puts them up all over the kitchen so she can pretend like she has all these black friends, you know? And it's just 20 depressed, completely indifferent looking black women, and my mom in the middle lunging like this. Her favorite thing to tell people now is that she should have been black. It's just really weird. Like, at parties and stuff, she's always like, people always tell me, they go, Karen, you should have been black. And it's true. I dance like I'm black. I'm a very, very soulful dancer. Meanwhile, her dancing is actually so awful, it's confusing. Like, I don't know what's going on when she's dancing. I know I don't feel safe. She sort of dances like she's stirring herself. It's just this very problematic frontal stirring. A lot of sideways, accusatory glances. Some real fucked up shit. And her staff takes her to MC battles. Like, it's a serious crisis in the family. My aggressively white mom has been to like 10 battles this year. Now she's getting cocky, like she's got all these opinions about the rappers. Like, the last battle she went to, she goes, you know what, I didn't like tonight's rapper. I didn't think that he was really from the streets. I didn't buy it. I'm like, really, you can sniff out the street on someone. You teach low impact aerobics. I think my mom's a hater now. I think she sits in the front with like a do-rag, like, nah, that's not good, nah. Nah, I ain't feeling that, son, nah. I think she wants to be like one of those white women in the movies that saves a black school. I think that's her dream, you know? Like, I feel like if it was up to her, she'd get up every morning and put on like a sassy leather jacket, go teach hip-hop violin in the ghetto, you know? Maybe reach out to some kid named Trey. At some point during the day, you get up and be like, yo, I don't need this, man. I don't need this in my life, man. You don't know nothing about what I've been through, man. You don't know nothing about the things I see, man. I can't do this no more. I can't try this hard no more. It hurts too bad. This hurt too bad, Karen. I can't push no more. She'd be like, just go ahead and run, Trey. Just go ahead and run from life. Go ahead, pick up your violin and run. Damn it, Trey, you're braver than that. And you know what? I ran once. And then he would come back and just cry slow thug tears. They'd play some Jay-Z and he'd finger blast her. The point is, I don't know what she wants out of... I don't know what she wants out of life. I just moved recently. I live in Brooklyn now. I don't know if anyone's from Brooklyn here. There are these guys, they work at the store in my corner. They like to kind of like hang outside my apartment on these milk crates, and they drink 40s all day because they're real winners. And every time I leave my apartment, they sort of treat me like it's my naughty little idea to be a woman, you know, which is a very fun feeling, like at around 10 a.m. or so when I have a hangover. There's this same guy, every time I leave my own place, he's just standing there going, I'm saying, boo, I'm saying, boo. Damn, boo, how you gonna do that to me? I'm saying, boo. Damn, boo, I just wanna talk to you. I just wanna be a friend, boo. I'm saying, boo. And it works. I feel guilty and soiled somehow. It's effective. But I've heard guys say a lot of stuff on the street, but I think I recently heard my favorite, like, most trifling thing I've ever heard a man say. I was walking with my friend, like, she's kind of, like, heavy-breasted. Guys get very excited by her. Like, she causes a real stir, you know? Like, she has the kind of breasts, like, men have questions they need time with, you know? Like, they need help processing them. Like, we were passing this guy, and he just goes like this. He goes, damn, titties! And a little shake like that. Damn, titty, damn! And he kept shaking, almost as if her titties had physically thrown him off course. And I was trying to think to myself, like, how does he want that to end? Like, what would be his ideal ending to that comment? Like, she's gonna spin around and be like, yes, sir, yes, titties, sir. Oh, these titties have been bored all day. I think we should stop and have titty fun right now. I didn't know what to do with these titties, but now you're here. Thank God you are. I think you should be the supervisor of these titties. That's right, supervise them for the rest of the afternoon. It's titty time. Titty, titty, fun, fun. Fun, fun, titty. Thanks a lot, you guys. Thank you, that's my time.
Nikki Glazer!
Performed anywhere like this. I'm used to working the road, you know, not the streets, the road. I drive a lot when I'm working. I got pulled over the other day, which sucks. I got out of the ticket though. I did like the girliest thing to get out of it, right? I started crying. But that's nothing new for me. I always cry after sex. So you gotta do what you gotta do. And I think she liked it, you know, and lick it or ticket, folks. That's my policy. Thank you. sticking to it. I'm a terrible driver. A couple weeks ago, I hit a dear old man, and I hope he's okay. I left a note. Thank God it wasn't a real deer, you know? I love animals. So I was shopping today looking for a fur coat, and this woman came up to me out of the blue. She tapped me on the shoulder and she goes, "Excuse me, ma'am, but has anyone ever told you should be a model?" And you guys, I was like, "Oh my God, no." And she was like, "Good." And then she walked away. I was like, "What the fuck? What just happened?" I'm trying to be more responsible about sex. You know, I don't want to catch any more stuff, but my dance card is full. But it's hard, you know? My friend is like, "You know what, if you don't want to sleep with a guy, just don't shave your legs for like a week and then go out with them." So I'll do that, but then I'll just get drunk and like still hook up, and then I'm just like the gross girl with hairy legs, slutting around town. Fantastic. I tried to make a rule for myself. I was like, you know, I'm gonna make this new rule, no sex on a first date. That's my new rule. So I like, you know, quit dating and stuff, because it's nearly impossible. A guy buys you dinner at Chili's, you owe him. Like, that's how I was raised. You can't change overnight. I actually recently just got out of a long distance relationship, which is tough. I had to break up with him via Skype. That was weird. He was like, "Babe, you're breaking up." And I'm like, "You're damn straight. This is really happening." It was good. It was a mutual breakup, which is good, you know. We just both decided that he's a piece of shit. So it was a good thing that he finally got it, you know. He wasn't good to me sometimes. You know, he's like verbally abusive, like Mel Gibson-y, and he wasn't physically abusive, you know. He was the boring kind of abusive. I was like, mix it up a little bit. I'm glad he never hit me. That's a good thing. Mostly because I feel like I'm the type of chick that would get hit and I'd be like, "Didn't hurt," you know, just like kind of asking for it, you know. I had a friend actually once that was in a relationship like that, and it was weird. Every couple weeks she would have like a new black eye that she couldn't explain, you know. And I was the only one out of my friends to confront her about it, and she got very defensive. You know, she's like, "Nikki, what do you want me to do? Like, I love him. Like, what am I supposed to do?" And I'm like, "I don't know, like this or something, like duck. I'm not an expert, but he's super rich. Hold out as long as you can, you know." Long distance relationships are hard. You gotta have phone sex a lot, which I'm not even like good at regular sex yet, so the phone was a struggle. It got to the point where I was like, "Just fax me a transcript of what you want me to say to you. I'll go pick it up at Kinko's." Like, I can't come up with stuff on the fly. He's too vague, you know? He's just like, "Talk dirty," and then I say things like, "I have a vagina." Stating facts. Sometimes he would get a little more specific, but it would like get worse on my end. I remember one time he was like, "Well, babe, are you wet?" And I'm like, "Well, I just went pee 10 minutes ago. We forgot to get toilet paper, so yeah, I'm super wet." So that was real hot. And it got to the point where, in the end of our relationship, he was like hounding me to send him like naked pictures, you know? Which I didn't want to do, but I did. Here's the thing, I did not put my face in the pictures, you know, because that's how he asked for them. But also, to protect my identity. That's the way you should do it. I don't know if women here have ever had a photo session with just like this area before. Usually you're in like a Ramada Inn in the middle of Wisconsin. That's how I do it. It's like quite the process. It takes hours. Like, the lighting is an issue. And this isn't like the best subject. It's not very photogenic. Because you get a picture and then you're like, oh, God, no, and you gotta take it again and again. I'm giving it direction. I'm like, smile with your eye. Like, nothing works. Like, how did I blink in this one? I need brown eye reduction. Oh, God. Why did I? So I'm gonna start dating again. I guess that's inevitable. I hate dating. The only thing I like about it is the first couple dates, you can like still hide you're crazy, like the guy doesn't know yet. That's important to me. I always feel like I'm a different version of myself for every guy I'm dating, like I'm a different Nikki. Like I even change the way I spell my name for every guy I'm dating. I know this is weird, let me explain. I usually spell it N-I-K-K-I, but I was dating this guy named Nick for a while, and I was like, that'd be cute if I spelled it N-I-C-K-Y, it'd be cute and similar. And then I was dating this black guy for a while, and so I changed it to N-I-Q-U-E $, and he loved it. And I loved being Nikui Cha-ching, or whatever, I don't even know how you pronounce it. Things ended badly with us, though. He cheated on me real bad, and I didn't want to do it, but I had to change it to N-I-K-K-K-I and get my revenge. It felt wrong and right, and Thank you for laughing at that, some of you. Don't worry, that's not a racist joke, it's not. I got permission to tell that joke from 3 of my very best friends who just so happened to be racist, and they said it was fine. They were like, that's nothing. You do stupid stuff when you want revenge, when you've been hurt. One time I got a voodoo doll, which was a dumb idea. But I couldn't believe it worked. Like I stabbed the voodoo doll in the chest with a needle. The next day my ex-boyfriend was stabbed. I mean, I did it, but you know what? You have to make your own dreams come true in this world. It was still weird, you know. So I don't have kids. I have that going for me. Thank you. My friend has a baby now. She has a baby from one time when she just got super blackout wasted, which is scary, you know, that can happen. One night she went to the bars, met some random dude, they did one too many shots together, and they ended up, you know, kidnapping a baby, and you do shit like that. They're wasted, hanging out at playgrounds. We don't know where she got it. We keep watching the Amber Alerts. We don't even know if this baby's name is Amber. It's a waste of time. This is weird. I get Amber Alerts text message to me. Does anyone do this? Seriously, it's a free service you can sign up for online. And I strongly suggest you do it because every time a child goes missing, you will feel fucking popular. You're like, I'm blowing up. Amy's gone. I do this or whatever, but I'm always in my living room. She's never there, and not even once. Here's the thing, though. If you get these texts, like, you don't need to write them back. They like, get it. Because one time I wrote back and I was like, I found her, JK, LOL. And they don't like jokes. They found me, and I'm obsessed with texting. It's ridiculous. It's how I communicate with like everyone in my life, you know, except my grandma, because she doesn't text, you know, so we don't talk. But I don't know. I feel like people are getting lazy about texting when it comes to like grammar and spelling, and I'm a stickler when it comes to that stuff because I was an English major in college. You might be able to tell I'm almost fluent. I'm pretty good. Thank you. I got a text from my friend the other day, though, and he had meant to say, "How are you, my friend?" But he forgot the comma in the middle. So to me, it was just like, "How are you, my friend?" And I was like, whoa. Why are you being a dick about it? Like, it's unnecessary. That's just ignorance, though. A typo is different. The slip of a finger, you can send the opposite message you want to send to someone. It can ruin a relationship. This happened to me. I was out to drinks with my friend's ex-boyfriend. Friendly drinks. I hadn't seen him in a while, you know? And I didn't tell her, I didn't want it to make it an issue, but she found out, you know, and she shoots me a text. She's like, don't fuck him, smiley face. And I wrote back, you know, I won't, haha. But I forgot the T on the won't. So to her it was just, I won, haha. And I did. Thank you guys very much. I'm Nikki Glaser. You're a great crowd. Thank you.
Marina Franklin!
All right, woo! My name's Marina. It's not a great African name. Didn't get one. Sorry. My sister did. Her name is Naila, which means one who succeeds. Marina just means a place where you dock boats. And you can take that any way you want to. Thank you. I used to say that joke because I was looking for a man, but I actually have one now, so I shouldn't really be doing that joke anymore. But I kind of still want to. And you never know. I got a man because I stopped looking, you know. Because when you're looking for a man, you're never going to get one. Because you have that look. Like, where is he? It's almost like a desperate prostitute just on the street, just at that point, just... backtracking. You sure? It's too desperate. A guy can see that a mile away. He's gonna be like, that bitch is crazy. And you get that desperate, and I was. You start looking at losers and thinking, you know what? I could make that work. Cockeyed? I don't care. Because that one eye can see me. It's when you stop looking, that's when you get a guy. When you stop looking, you know that moment actually when you're single and you're enjoying it and you're happy. That's when a man's gonna look at you like, ooh, yeah. How can I destroy her? That bitch is too happy. I'm gonna take her down. That's how I got my ex. I wasn't focused. He was the laziest man I ever dated. Unbelievable, just lied there. Actually broke my futon. And it's not a hot, sexy story. He was just laying there and it broke. When he jumped up, that was the fastest I ever seen him move. But I made it work. Sometimes you do that. You just stay in a relationship just to be in a relationship. And I made it work. Like, I remember one time we were watching this winter sport on TV called the luge. I had never seen this before. It's basically a winter sport where you just lie there on ice. Somebody kicks you off and you go. I was like, look, baby. Something you could do. And I told him, see, you're a loser. Oh, thank you. Yeah, but I have a guy now. I'm happy, so that's not funny. Miserable's hilarious. He's younger than me. He's really young. He's younger. So I'm officially a cougar. Oh, thank you. He's young and he's white, so I'm not just a cougar, I'm a Black Panther. Oh, yeah. I'm a real predator, yes I am. You know how I got him? I was hanging out in a GameStop, and what? That's what they like, you know. I told him, I said, I got an Xbox. It's right here. And it's 360. Whoa, it rotates. It's highly functional. He's been hooked ever since. He wants me to meet his mama, or should I say mother. It's gonna be weird because he's gotta tell her two things, you know. I'm black and I'm older. I can't wait to meet her because I'm gonna tell her, I got your baby boy. We gonna make some Obamas up in this bitch. We gonna mix it up. I'm losing weight too. Whenever I date a white guy, I always lose weight. This isn't the first white guy I've dated. I don't know what they do. They do little subtle things. Like the last white guy I dated would do little subtle things to make sure I stayed thin. Like he would throw his napkin in my dish before I was done. Think about that. I was eating. He was like, you're finished, bitch. Just threw it right in my plate. I was real thin. It's a good diet. My last guy was Puerto Rican. I actually gained weight. Because Puerto Rican men, they feed you. So nobody else will want you. I was getting big. He was like, Mommy, that big ass is nice. It could be bigger. I was like, but I got diabetes. He was like, that's nice. He didn't know what diabetes was. I think he thought it was a Spanish word, who knows. I like doing comedy though. You know, the best part of comedy is you get to travel. I love it. You know, like I went to Ireland, didn't see a lot of black people, didn't expect to. I saw one black guy and he looked at me like, why are you here? Don't ruin my shit. I got it good. I went to England, they got black people there, you know. I had an okay time in England. They didn't really laugh at my jokes. They would just go, brilliant. That really annoyed me. I was like, don't brilliant my jokes. Laugh. They were like, no, but it's brilliant. It was cool to see black people there, but it's different, you know? I don't know, different boat journey or something, took a left, I don't know what the fuck. And I got curious, I'm like, I wonder what they call their black people, you know? Since they can't call them African Americans. So I asked this one British dude, I was like, excuse me. I'm like, what do you call your black people, huh? He's like, oh, we call them niggas. What did you say? I was like, you can't do that in America, it's banned. We banned it. He was like, what you mean? You banned your niggas? Brilliant. I know that's a hard joke to laugh at. And, you guys actually had no problem whatsoever. I was in South Africa. South Africa was an amazing experience, you know. There were black people, and I had a great time, you know. I was on stage. You want to get on stage as a black performer, you want to be like, I'm home! Woo! Africa! I'm here! The guy was like, please, don't do that. I was like, why not? I'm from Africa. No. Yeah. No. Yeah, I'm from Africa. No. You are not from here. Originally, I'm from Africa. What is your address? I was like, damn, good point. Nobody wants us. We're like African Mexican. Well, originally I'm from Chicago. That's where I grew up. In the suburbs of Chicago, white neighborhood. Then I moved to a black neighborhood and it was too late. I was white. I didn't have any skills. I didn't know how to fight. I didn't know double dutch. That's important. Some people don't know what double dutch is. I tell them it's when you get two Dutch guys and you get in the middle of that. That's what they told me. I've always been trying to prove my blackness. When you grow up like that, you always try to prove it. I try to prove it with white girls, but you know, they're not scared of me, and that really annoys me. Like I had this happen one time in this bathroom. It was 3 drunk white girls in this bathroom, and they weren't actually using the stalls. They were just blow drying their hair in the hand dryer. And there's a long line of women waiting for this bathroom, as always. I'm at the front of the line, so I bogart my way in. I'm like, what are you doing? I go to the actual stall, you know, and I hear the girl, as I'm inside the stall, I hear the girl go, we should probably leave so she could stop her bitching. So I opened the door to the stall, and I was like, excuse me? I mean, I pulled my pants up first, because that would have been nasty, you know? Or hot, depending on what you like, you know. But I was like, excuse me? What did you say? And she looked at me and she said, I said, we should probably leave so you could stop your bitching. Oh, okay. And I closed the door back to the stall. Because she did answer my question. I mean, at that point, you better fight. You know, I had to pee. I'm one of those girls, man. I talk a lot, but I can't back it up. It's like, that's why, you know, when you want to fight, like, you need a big man behind you, like a bouncer type dude. You ever notice a woman who talks a lot always has a big man right behind her? Because then you could be like, you want to fight me? Huh? Come fight me. Baby, do your job. I live in Harlem, New York now. That's where I live, which has actually changed. Like, you guys can go. Now, there are white people there, and you can tell, because we got like 3 Starbucks, salad. White people bring salad. That's nice. The first time I saw a ripe tomato, I was like, ooh, they coming. That's a nice tomato. It's shiny. We had an Italian bistro that opened up on my block. That was weird. All glass windows. White people are just inside. They're not coming out. Every time I walk by, I'm like, come out, you know, be a part of the community. They're like, not yet. It's weird. It's like a Caucasian aquarium just sitting there, you know? It's a culture clash going on in Harlem because the change is too fast. You know, so, like, I had this happen for the first time ever. I had a white girl come to my door and complain about my music being too loud. I got pissed off. I'm like, this is a black neighborhood. That's what we do. We play our black music loud. You don't like it? Get out. It was messed up because I was playing Simon and Garfunkel. I've learned to mind my business, you know. New York is the mind your business capital of the world. It really is. Like, I had this happen one time on the street. I saw this woman yelling at this child on the street really bad.
and I said something and I should have just minded my business, you know. Like, I would love to have kids, I would, but I've seen some of these mothers and they look like they have lost their minds. So it makes your clock tick and stop. This is gonna be the child because I don't have one. So. This would have been a Dutch child, but I gotta change. Anyway, she just yelled at this child. She was like, "Get your ass over here." I said, "Get your black ass over here. Get it over here." Now what the hell you crying for? Shut it up. I said, shut it up. I pop you in your mouth. Stop calling me mom. I looked at her. I was like, oh my God, you don't talk to a child like that. She looked at me. She was like, what the hell you looking at, huh? You want to raise my child? No. You doing a great job. I was scared. I ran. I'm a good runner. I ran 3 long blocks. I was like, don't look back, just keep going. But you can't help it. You want to see what's going on. So I looked back for just a second. She was still standing there looking at me.